makeup tutorial for those who are bad at makeup. Hello there, so I've gotten some requests to do a makeup tutorial and I was a little bit hesitant to do it because I am not a makeup artist and I am not by any means talented with makeup. If you ever see me wearing like this really nice makeup look, it took me 45 minutes to put together. So confessions. I'm gonna show you what I would do on a day-to-day basis, and I'm very good at makeup hacks because I'm good at hacking pretty much life in general. But I thought if I show you some of the things that I have learned that make my life easier as like a not the most talented makeup person, then maybe you guys can comment below and tell me some of the things that you have found that are the easiest to work with, and we can learn from each other. And a lot of these products that I'm gonna be using and a lot of the tools that I'm gonna be using are the ones that I found that are the most forgiving. I hope you like it. I know this is completely different, but why not? Let's get started. So first I'm gonna use a makeup primer, and the reason I use this is because it lasts so much longer on my face, my makeup, and it's just like a nice base if you're gonna be out all day or if you're gonna be doing your makeup in the morning and then going out for the rest of the day and you don't wanna retouch it. I like it. This is not one of my favorite ones. This is Laura Mercier, and this is the first water-based primer that I've ever used, and I picked it because it's a water-based primer. And then I move on to concealer, and if I'm gonna be in a rush, I use, this is Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind, and I like this because it's super easy to blend. I have another one that covers more, but it just takes forever to blend and apply. And I apply it in this triangle way because if you just do here, then you end up looking like a crazy raccoon, or actually the opposite, so a panda bear. And then I use a beauty blender, which I've already dampened, to blend it in. And if you don't use a beauty blender, this is like the ultimate beauty hack, because blending makeup is a little bit difficult, or at least for me it was, and I actually never really liked liquid foundations because it took me forever to blend them. And then the beauty blender just kind of takes all of that away. So it allows you to use nicer foundations and nicer coverage makeup without the need to like really work it and blend it, and it makes it, in my opinion, a lot quicker. Moving on, foundation. Right now I am using Tarte's Amazonian clay, which I didn't even clean, I'm sorry about that. And I use it in light medium sand. And I love this because this foundation, it just applies so beautifully, and it's not matte, it just has this like kind of sheen to it that just makes it look like skin. But I really love it. It like looks like beautiful skin. So definitely give it a try. If you have dry skin, I have heard that this can be really drying. So maybe try the Becca one. I heard that the Becca one is similar in texture but not as drying. And I just kind of dot it all over my face to like look crazy like that. I put it on my hand, and then I grab my beauty blender and just blend like crazy. And the trick with the beauty blender is that you don't drag the way you would with a brush. You stipple like that, or you bounce it. I prefer the term bounce. So I just kind of just bounce it all over my face, and it just presses it into the skin and blends it for you practically. I'm just gonna apply a little bit there, but a little bit, even that's too much. And blend with the beauty blender. The beauty blender man. I don't know. Don't ask any questions, okay? Moving on. Today I am going to tight line my eyes. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because that'll give like a bigger impact to my lashes, and I like that. So I'm just going to grab this is NYX's Retractable eyeliner in a brown color. This is just brown. And I am just going to go here, like underneath my lashes. And I don't know if you guys can see, I'm going to make a really funny face right here. La la la. La 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 la. That's it. It's just a little trick to open up the eyes a little bit. And then I am moving on to my eyelash curler. I am going to go right at the base of the lash line and make sure all my lashes are in, and then just really press. And then I just kind of work up. Like I grab the middle and give it a little wiggle, and then I go back in and make sure I'm grabbing the ends. And the reason I work my way up is because otherwise they just look like they stick straight up. And to me, that doesn't look natural, and I don't like looking artificial, I guess. Curling my eyelashes. And I don't know if you can see, I mean, I see a difference. Moving on, mascara. Oh, and what I'm doing here, I should show you this, is that I'm just taking the excess from the brush because I don't like that look of like really clumpy lashes. I like them like very like flirty and kind of feathery. So if I do this, it'll take away most of the mascara so that I just have the right amount of product so that I can go in there and really work it. This is a really weird thing to share, but when I was a teenager and we were living abroad, I took some modeling classes, and I don't know, long story. But one of the things that they taught us is how to put on mascara, and the trick was to put a mirror underneath you so that you can see all your lashes. Normally I don't do this. Normally what I do is I'll just tilt my head like this and like see myself in the mirror, but just because this will look better for you guys, I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna put the mirror here underneath so I can see, and then just start working from here. Hopefully I'm not covering everything with my compact. And this is where I spend the most time, because I feel like if your eyes look rested and like nice, then the rest of your face will look nice as well. Just because that's where people are looking at. So I spend a lot of time putting on mascara, but you should obviously spend a lot of time doing whatever it is that makes you feel the most dolled up or awake, or whatever it is that you're going for when you're putting on makeup. Moving on to brows. Now I have very steep brows, so I don't put any product in them unless I'm gonna be doing like a crazy face of makeup. But this is something that if you feel like you need brows, it is very, very important because it'll frame your face and it'll make your face look really nice. Like it'll give some structure to your face. I just kind of use this brow comb and brush them through and remove any foundation that has gotten on them, and then make sure that they're all like nice and combed and all facing the right direction, and I'm done with my brows. I am going to move on to blush, and I am going to be using L'Oreal Paris Magic Smooth Souffle. This is a cream blush, and I personally prefer cream blushes to powder blushes because I feel like they just look more natural and they blend onto your skin a lot nicer. If you use them with your hands, the product sets into your skin a lot better, but then you have one, blush all over your hands, and two, it's harder to blend, for me at least. Like I blend better with brushes. I'm just gonna dip my blush brush, and this is a MAC, I don't even know what it is. I think it's a 129 brush. I'm just gonna dip it, and even that's a little too much blush, and start kind of like stippling a little bit, and then I just start blending it with my brush. But if you want your blush to last pretty much forever, you can do a cream blush, and then go over it with a powder blush, and that will just kind of set it and make it last. One of those days that you have like meetings after work, or like you're going out or something like that, that will make it last forever. And by now the foundation has set, so I am going to set the under eye concealer with a little bit of powder, and I'm only going to set that area and then the areas that for me get shiny. And I am using L'Oreal's True Match in N2, which clearly I use a lot, and a little brush from the drugstore, nothing special. And I'm just gonna kind of press as opposed to sweeping, because when I sweep, I move the concealer. Squish the brush and press. So on a whatever day where I'm not trying to look at all dolled up or anything, this would be enough, and I would just like throw some colored chapstick and go out the door. But if I want to look a little bit more pulled together, then I will go for a lipstick or a lip balm, or actually I prefer lip stains that has a lot more color, because the second you're wearing something on your lips that is like obvious and bold and it's pretty, then it just looks like you made an effort and it doesn't take that long to put on. This is one of my favorites. This is Maybelline's Super Stay 14-Hour Lipstick, and it is in Eternal Rose. And the reason I like this is because it's a very pretty matte without being drying, and initially it will transfer and you have to like make sure that you dab it and whatever, but after an hour or so, it's on. It's like game face lipstick and it won't go anywhere. I'm like blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and like actually put on my lips. That's it. That's the other thing about this lipstick that I really like, is that I can eat and it won't transfer. Like it won't go into my glass or onto my fork, because I think that's kind of gross. That's pretty much it. So now I just have to set it. And I always set my makeup because it makes it last, one, a lot longer, and two, right now, if you were to see me in person, I feel like I look a little powdery and a little bit like made up. And when I spray it, that brings back some of the natural glow to your skin and like just like a really nice shine. This is L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Spray Set. So I just shake it and then I'm gonna spritz it all over my face, like so. Which is a very weird sensation the first few times you do it, but it makes such a difference. That's it. That's what I can do every day. Normally, if I have to leave really quickly, I'll just do this and then I'll be good for the rest of the day. And that is going to be it for this video. I hope you found this video at least fun, and it's a little chatty. It's like getting ready with a girlfriend. But if you do like it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Also, there is a button over here that says subscribe. Don't forget to click it if you want to be notified of every time I post new videos. I'll see you next week. Bye.